Today I am going to discuss with you or address you on one of the most important topic of law called public interest litigation, popularly or briefly known as PIL. So we always hear that someone has moved to the Honorable Supreme Court of India or Honorable High Court of so and so, Bombay or Calcutta, and has filed public interest litigations. So we have to know many aspects regarding that which I am going to discuss with you in detail today. First of all, we have to know the meaning of public interest litigation. As the word itself is descriptive, indicative that what does it mean? It says that any litigation filed for the public at large, for the benefit of public at large, or to protect the right of weaker section of the society or disabled people or anyone who is any such a people who cannot come to the court, who cannot access the justice, or who are not in position to access the justice because of their poverty, their illiteracy, even perhaps those who are not able to understand their right. They do not know their what kind of right they have, whether these are being violated or not, because unless they know that they have fundamental right or legal right, they won't approach the court. So illiterate people, suppose they are not knowing any fundamental right or legal right, to protect the right of such illiterate people, weaker section of the society or community at large, who are not able to come to the court to access the justice or to get the justice. In that case, due to poverty or due to illiteracy, in that case, any public minded person from the society can file a petition called public interest litigation, either before the Honorable High Court or before the Honorable Supreme Court of India, so as to protect their fundamental right or legal right or constitutional right of such a weaker section, illiterate people or group of people, etc., who court. In such a cases, that alone any person, public minded person, can come to the court and claim the rights of the society at large. Now, there are two articles under the Constitution of India which deals with that. Under these two articles, the interest litigation can be filed. In my previous lecture, I have already covered that the kinds of writ petitions under writ jurisdiction under Article 32 and 226, and the all kinds of writ, habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, quo warranto, and writ of prohibition, etc. Therefore, this PIL is nothing but a kind of litigation like a writ petition, but here is being claimed. Right of the society at large are being claimed. Therefore, public interest litigation can be filed under Article 32 before the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Similarly, under Article 226 of the Constitution of India, a public interest litigation can be filed before the Honorable High Court. But what is the basic difference between these two is that to claim the fundamental rights only, petition before the Honorable Supreme Court can be filed under Article 32 of the Constitution of India, whereas under Article 226 only for violation of the fundamental right or legal right, petition can be filed. Therefore, the scope and horizons of Article 226 is broader than that of Article 32 of the Constitution of India. This is the difference between these two. Now, who can file means concept of locus standi. Here, suppose in writ petitions or any, if my rights are violated, only the court or to knock the door of the court to get the justice, I can only file the case, but no one other than can file case for claiming my right, except can always file. However, the concept of locus standi is broadened in case of public interest litigation. Therefore, court cannot ask that what's your rights are violated, or why you have come because your rights are not violated. How do you, because you do not have right to file this case because your rights are not violated. This question cannot be asked by the Honorable High Court or Supreme Court in public, provided that the P are immune. Therefore, the concept of locus standi, means right to file a case, is relaxed or broadened by the judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court of India and by the Honorable High Court. Justice Krishna Iyer, in one of the case, a person has written a letter to the Honorable Supreme Court, then the letter was treated as a public interest litigation. Therefore, so much judicial activism is still there in the judiciary. Earlier it was there much. Like, even if somebody has written a letter, or news is printed in the newspaper, or news is published on television, etc., and if the justices of the Honorable Supreme Court or High Court knows that the rights of people, either fundamental, legal, or constitutional rights, are violated, and those people cannot come to the court to get the justice, then they can suo moto treat this news or any letter as a public interest litigation, and suo moto they can issue the notice and they can conduct the proceedings, and this will be treated as a suo moto public interest litigation. The Honorable High Court and Supreme Court have got much wider power, ample power to take such a cognizance that certain section of the society or people justice, their rights are violated, then they can treat a letter or news item or news published in the television, etc., as a public interest litigation. This is called judicial activism. And the concept of public interest litigations were shown in 1976 by Justice Bhagwati and Krishna Iyer. And in one of the case, the Honorable Supreme Court of India said that even unregistered organizations of the labor can also file a public interest litigations. Their registration cannot be a hurdle or obstacle in advancing the justice by the court to such a people at large. So I have covered the concept of locus standi. Now, what is the criteria to file a public interest litigation is that the right of the people at large must be in stake or violated, and not the right of single person or any family. Constitutional rights of the society at large, or people, or disabled people, or weaker section of the society, or poor persons, or illiterate person who cannot access the justice, who cannot come to the court. In that case, public interest litigation can be filed by any public minded persons. So cognizance under public interest litigation can be taken by two ways. One is on filing of the PIL or suo moto. Now, I would like to give many of the example when public interest litigation can be filed, on what subject filed. For example, environmental issues. Suppose the pollution of environment is going on throughout the cities or state or countries, etc. In this, it is to have polluted air, unpolluted, be any sort of noise pollution or air pollution. If it is by anyone, by the government or by any private persons, in that case, on such a subjects, public interest litigation can be filed. And now recently there were so many cases before the Honorable High Court of Bombay. Politicians, they use their posters, banners on the road, etc., and they appeal to the people to cast their vote, and they do hoardings, banners, and certainly eventually that boards or hoardings disturb the people. It comes on road, etc., and people get hurdled, and this city cannot be clean, kept clean, etc. Of the society, right of the residents gets violated. Therefore, on such a issue, even public interest litigation was entertained by the Honorable High Court of Bombay. And the problem of water, for example, if many cities do not have water and the state is not doing anything, and drinkable, there no drinkable water is there, no river is there, in that case also public interest litigation can be filed to make the water available to the people at large, or villagers, or district, etc. And there were other subjects like on which the public interest litigations were filed before the Honorable High Court of Bombay. For example, only those slaughterhouses which have been allotted licenses by the municipal corporation can only slaughter the goats. However, in practical, without getting such a licenses, without having shops, without having proper disposal, then people started butchering the goats, and it was creating health issue to the people at large, because no disposal of the blood was being done properly, and no um, because it was affecting the health of the people. Therefore, on this issue also, Honorable High Court has entertained the public, High Court of Bombay has entertained the public interest litigation. Therefore, only those shops which are having slaughter licenses of slaughtering the goats, etc., only can slaughter, and no other than them can slaughter. And there are other many subjects like every school and colleges, the bathrooms and the washrooms should be provided separately to ladies. If no bathrooms are provided separately to women and ladies, then on such issue also a public interest litigation was entertained by the Honorable High Court of Bombay. Sorry. Sorry for interruption. I'm continuing. Now another question arises, on which subject the public interest litigation cannot be filed. See, in or pensionary matters or in labor cases, public interest litigation cannot be filed, because why? These people are getting salaries or pension, etc. So they are able to access the justice, they are able to come to the court. Nobody has prevented them. Therefore, they can access. In service matter, employees or officers are getting salaries, so no one has prevented them coming to the court to claim the justice, etc. They can come and they can file individually their writ petition, which can be heard by the Honorable High Court or Supreme Court. Therefore, in service matters, labor matters, no public interest litigation can be heard. Now, another question arises, whether representation is required to be made to the proper authority, that whether complaint has to be given to the proper authority, that to take some steps for while to protect the rights of the people at large, or can directly a person can file a public interest litigation before the concerned High Court. Answer is, it depends upon the nature of public interest litigation. We know that if a law is enacted by the legislature or by the parliament, then that can be challenged on the ground that it is ultra vires, or it goes against the object clause, particular section of that law goes against the object clause, or it violates the fundamental rights guaranteed under the 3rd of the Constitution of India from Article 12. Such a law or goes against the 3rd part of the Constitution of India, then to get such a law as unconstitutional, anyone can file public interest litigation. In such a case, is required to be given, no letters are required to be issued by the person who wish to challenge the law. He is not required to give any kind of letter or representation to the legislature, because directly in such cases he can directly come to the Honorable High Court or Supreme Court, he can challenge that particular law or particular section of the law. However, in certain cases, the representation is required to be given, or if illegal construction throughout the cities and no permissions is being obtained by the people who are constructing such a homes, buildings, shops, actually the duty is casted on the municipal commissioner of the municipal corporation. Necessary permission is required to be obtained from the municipal corporation for construction of the homes, buildings, etc. If no such a permission is sought and illegal construction is going on, then anybody, any public minded person can file PIL. However, before that, he has to complain to the municipal commissioner of the municipal corporation that to take necessary steps against this illegal construction which is going on and increasing day by day. If he has not taken any action, then the concerned ministry or state government can be represented, means they can complaint can be made to the minister, concerned minister, as the no action commissioner of the municipal corporation. In that case, if executives are not doing anything, no action is being taken, and the voice of the complainant is falling on the deaf ear of the authorities, executive authority like municipal commissioner, in that case, public interest litigation